What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? It's me, I'm Dope, and I'm back again. Today we're going to be talking about something that I like to talk about that a little out there. Today we're going to be talking underwater comic covers. Underwater books is kind of cool to me, like 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea and stuff, because it's kind of like, what's exactly like outer space. What's the difference between being underwater and outer space? I don't know. But anyway, underwater comic book covers. I'm doing my top 10 underwater comic book covers, and we're going to go from pre-code horror all the way up to modern, because that's just what I do. I have no rhyme or reason for anything. And I like to show you just weird stuff that I think of because I'm a weird guy. And today we're doing underwater covers. So if you see anything you like on here, click that like button. If you don't see anything you like on here, click that like button. And subscribe today either way. Even if you don't like the stuff, just subscribe today. And we're going to get on with our top 10 underwater covers of all space and time. That's bigger than just all time. That's all space and time. So number 10 on my countdown, Conan. This is Conan number 61. As you can see, Conan is on the back of a giant eel, grabbing a hold of his snout, and he's about to get the dagger to the brain. It's a cool cover. It'd be just as cool if Conan wasn't even on the cover. Because I like that eel, I like the teeth, I like everything about this. Conan being the worst part. But alright, that's number 10 of my top 10 covers for underwater. Next, number 9. We've seen this one before, it's so stupid, but I just can't get away from this book. Flash Gordon. We got this dude in some Daisy Dukes riding a shark with a knife in his mouth and air bubbles. The most manliest cover of all time. The only way it could be cooler if he was holding a Miller Lite. But anyway, this is Flash Gordon, 50-cent book from the 70s, I assume. He's wearing some Daisy Dukes and some Creek shoes. But he ain't going nowhere without that vest. Got to have the vest on and a long sleeve with the shorts because his upper torso's kind of chilly. He's got some long flowing locks. I mean, why wouldn't you want to buy this? And it's a Whitman. So chances are it's a reprint. So hell, somebody must have been buying it because they made more copies of it. This is Flash Gordon, number 9 on my underwater covers. Time for number 8. Number 8. Pow! Number 8 is Dark Mansion. This is Dark Mansion number 12. It's a Nick Cardy cover. It's my favorite run of all the Dark Mansions. Dark Mansion is a short series that you could collect all of them pretty easy. They're not expensive and they're cool. Nobody's collecting Dark Mansion. When you think of Dark Mansion or you think of DC Comics, DC horror comics, you're going to think of House of Secrets, House of Mystery, Witching Hour, Weird War Tales, Weird Mystery Tales. You're not going to think of Dark Mansion. But that's what makes it cool. It's a little out there. You walk into a comic book store and you say, you got any Dark Mansion? They don't know. Fuck. You got to go dig for that stuff. We don't keep up with Dark Mansion, bro. Dark Mansion. Cool cover. We got a skeleton. Looks like somebody was trying to rob a treasure chest and a skeleton said, nah. He's got him by his leg. Cool cover. I like the ripples. The best part's the ripples. You can tell he's underwater. Good job, Nick Cardy. Alright, now we're on to book 7. 7th best book in my collection is the only real modern book I got in here. I started reading this title pretty much during 2020, during lockdown for COVID. This is Plunge number 1. Cool cover. I like the way they just took the black area of the book and used the neutral palette to create a shark with giant teeth. Really cool cover. This is Plunge number 1. I like all horror. It don't matter if it's modern. I read modern all the way back to pre-code. And number 6 on my countdown, Adventures of the Unknown by American Comics Group. This is number 157. And if you don't know, this is Nemesis. Nemesis was a regular detective, and he was tracking down and trying to stop the mob when he got hit by a train. And he never became a superhero till he was dead, kind of like Deadman. And the guy that writes this book in the 40s was the guy that wrote Black Terror. So if you like stuff like Black Terror or Deadman, you might like Nemesis. This came out from Adventure Comics. Well, sorry, Adventures into the Unknown by American Comics Group. And as you can see, a lot of people collect octopi or octopus covers. So if you're out there, G-Man, or anybody else that collects octopus covers, this is a good one to get. It's got a beautiful octopus on it. It's a 12 center. It's a cool book. You can find these for hardly anything if you find them. But I love reading about these obscure people like Nemesis. Because Nemesis, I can't even say the word. Nemesis. Because stories ain't told every day. And people don't know much about people like this because they don't read this title. I don't care for the giant code up here, the comic book code, authority code. At first they were really big. But this is a cool 12 center. Nemesis. Adventures into the Unknown. Octopus cover. And I don't remember if it was, looks like it was probably 6 on the countdown. Either way, it's next on the countdown, man. Check it out. Check out them boots. Kind of a funky outfit for a superhero, but, you know, they did what they did back in the day. So this should be, it's number 5 on the countdown. Well, you know, another Conan. The greatest Conan cover of all time, as far as I'm concerned. This is Conan, number 192 of Savage Sword. This is the big magazine editions. What is not to like about this? The blue is beautiful. The Hoochie Mama right there is beautiful. Conan's a rockin'. I mean, hell, he's beautiful. Might as well be beautiful too, Conan. Buff arms and legs. You got a beautiful shark there with perfect teeth. Rows and rows of beautiful teeth. You got the air bubbles, so it's pretty realistic. What more can I say except I don't think that little dagger is going to do much against that shark. But if you want to find out what happens, you need to go out and buy Savage Sword of Conan, number 192. If you buy 193 of this book, this story will not be in there. You've got to buy 192. That's just a fact. But anyway, number 192. Next, I think we're up to number 4. Number 4. Oh, I really like this. This is one of my favorite covers of all time. Sea Devils, number 1. Underwater. Sea Devils Adventure. We got this giant looking alien looking guy over here. It looks like he could be kin to Namor or something with these pointy ears. He's wearing some tidy whities. He's out in the morning walking his octopus. Another octopus cover. So if you're out there, G-Man, here's another book to pick up. But anyway, he's got an octopus on a leash. And we got the Sea Devils in trouble. He's not looking too concerned at all about the Sea Devils. They really ain't much of a fight for him, walking on bottom of the ocean. This one right here is already getting his gut squeezed out of him. Blondie ain't doing nothing but making a run for it. So, this is... And I really like what they named the dude. I mean, if you look down here, DC really didn't get too creative with his name. He is Octopus Man. So maybe one day we'll see the first appearance of Octopus Man. And maybe, I don't know, a Suicide Squad movie or something, we might see Octopus Man appear. He looks like he's pretty big. He's going to have to be a giant coming out of the water, I guess. But this is Sea Devils, number 1. Beautiful book. You can get a rough copy of this on eBay probably for $100. But it's beautiful. Don't overspend on it. Keep an eye out. This is a 10 center. DC 10 center. Some DC 10 cent goodness. So that is that. we're down to the big three. And we ain't seen no pre-code horror yet. So I wonder what's next. Here is Black Cat number 51. It is a pre-code horror book. And my favorite part about this cover, besides the beautiful colors, I mean, you got purples in there, you got teals in there, you got all this beautiful details in there. The ripples on top of the water, they do such a good job of, you know, showing that he is floating in the meal. You can see the bottom of the petal that's at the old meal. And you got this guy here just floating. You can see his clothes and everything, the way they're all rippled up. That he is just floating in the water. My favorite part is this blood coming out of his nose and mouth. You can see the trail going down through here. He's bleeding from his mouth. He goes all the way down to his legs. So I don't know if he was poisoned and thrown in, shot, what happened to him, but he is dead, floating on top of the water at the Old Mill Scream. This is a Lee Elias cover, and it is beautiful. This book is Black Cat Mystery Comics number 51 from 1954. It is a Harvey Publications. Lee Ellis is the cover artist. What else can I tell you about it? It's a 3.0. It was one of the first ever pre-code horror books I ever bought. Beautiful book. Black Cat number 51. And next we got number 2, which is a real rare book. It took me a long time to find this book. It took me even longer to win one once I did find one, because I think I found 2 in about 3 years and lost out on every freaking eBay I could find. Finally, I came across a really nice copy. I overspent on it, and it didn't take long before my overspending was low price, because it really went up in value lately, if you can find one. It's a beautiful book from 1954, from July 54. This is Tomb of Terror number 16. And this is another Lee Elias cover. He's really good at doing water scenes. And this is a 4.0. Tomb of Terror number 16. This is the last issue of Tomb of Terror. They only made 16 issues. This is probably, well, I know it's my favorite cover of the whole run. This dude is getting choked out underwater by this water zombie. His woman is continuing to ride through the tunnel of love by herself because this guy just got. So she's going to have to find her a new love, because as you can see, it's going, gone. And look at these bones and skulls in here. This ain't his first kill. So this is one tunnel of love that you do not want to ride through. This dude is not playing. Cool book. Last issue. Says here, numbered continue with Thrills of Tomorrow, number 17. So the first Thrills of Tomorrow was number 17. After this, the number continuation. So this is Tomb of Terror, number 16, number 2 on my countdown, and the most expensive book you'll see out of the top 10. So we're ready for the number 1 book on the top 10. What could it be? What could be better than some Lee Elias? What beat him out twice? I mean, what artist could beat out Lee Elias? Not much. But I know one can, old Bernie Wrightson. I don't know if you remember, but way back when, some of my first videos, I showed you my second favorite ever Bernie Wrightson cover. And I said, I'll show you my first favorite one day. And I didn't tell what it was. Well, today is the day. My favorite Bernie Wrightson cover of all time is a cheap book. Every time I see it, I pick it up. I probably have 5 copies of it laying around here. It's beautiful. It's not what you expect out of Bernie, because when I think of Bernie, I think House of Secrets, I think werewolves, I think Frankenstein. But this is my favorite artwork of Bernie Wrightson. The colors, everything about it is beautiful. This is the 3-dimensional seduction of the innocent. This is beautiful. The way he shows the body is underwater. It's very hard to draw a body underwater and have it look and be able to sell the public that the dude's underwater. But you can see his body floating to the surface. You can see all the air coming out of his mouth. You can see he's tied to a rock down here. The color choices used is amazing. The greens, it's really popping. I love everything about it. I love the way his hair is floating. His hands are tied behind his back. There's the Wrightson signature. This is a cheap book that you can find in dollar bins sometimes, but it is so beautiful. I would love to have a giant poster of this. It's really cool. This is Seduction of the Innocent. The three-dimensional, it's 3D in there, and it's number 2. And really cool book. So, really love this book. I just keep buying it for some reason. I never think I have enough copies of it. But this is the number 1 underwater cover book I have. And it's probably, without a doubt, it's in the top 5 favorite covers of mine of all time. Some people have never seen this book. Some people don't never pay attention to this book. But it's big on my countdown. Now, for honorable mention, when I was digging through all my books trying to find my top 10 underwater covers, this book came up. It's never going to make my top 10 underwater covers list. But I was like, when am I ever going to have a chance to show off that book? It goes under no category. So I decided I'd make it my bonus book of the day. So my bonus book of the day is an underwater cover. And it's a band I grew up listening to. Here it is. Here is you a Nirvana comic book. And don't know much about it, but grew up in the 90s as a 90s kid. Loving the grunge movement. Listening to metal, listening to grunge. It's back when people actually played instruments. I sound like a angry old man because I am. But, you know, this is back whenever actually rock and metal actually had distortion in their songs. You listen to the rock station today and it just sounds like a bunch of, I don't know, dance music. It ain't even rock. But anyway, this is a cool book if you can find it. It's put out by, I guess, Hard Rock Comics. Revolutionary Comics. This is number 4. Unauthorized and proud of it, it says on it. But this is a Nirvana cover. So, there you go. I held you up a little longer today than I like to. We are at about the 18-minute mark. And we did all underwater covers. So, I know before we already did space covers. We did underwater covers now. Coming up, we got some more show and tell. We got some more titles I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing some House of Secrets and some House of Mystery. And I want to get into doing some Golden Key covers. I got a bunch of them. I probably split it up into Golden Key horror and then just Golden Key books. I got some unboxings coming. I got another big book coming. I got some local pulls from my LCS that I want to show. So much stuff going on. I don't know what order to put it in. I just keep coming out with crap. I don't ever put it out on the day I say I'm going to put it out. So just hit that little bell down there and you'll know every time that I drop one. Because I know I tell y'all Wednesdays and Saturdays and it ends up being like Monday and Friday. So I don't know when I'm going to just release this stuff. But I've got all kinds of stuff I already taped. So just subscribe today. Have a good day. May your best of tomorrows be your worst of todays. And enjoy yourself. Have fun in life. Don't really get too serious about comic collecting. Collect what you like. Don't worry about whatever people think about what you collect. Collect what makes you happy. Pay what you want to pay for it. If it don't feel right, don't buy it. And chances are for something that you're collecting that you like, there's somebody out there that likes what you like. I found 100 people so far subscribed to my channel that like goofy stuff like I like. Thank all of you for subscribing to my channel. And until the next time, see you later, boys and girls.